I think we're good to get our first speaker on. You ready to roll?
Oh yeah, let's do this. So our first speaker, I have taken like you, Rich. I've taken a lot of classes. I've taken workshops with a lot of people, and there are classes that I wanted to take again. There's classes I decided not really for me. There's workshop I wanted to take again, but there's only one teacher, one instructor that I've ever gone up to afterwards, and several times afterwards, and grabbed them by the shoulders and said, "Please tell me that you're not done teaching me, that you still have more," because I know this person has had so much to give, and I it's a depth, and I keep trying to take more and more, and that's why I'm super excited to announce and invite Annie O'Connor to come up and speak.
Annie O'Connor,
coming up to speak.
Yay! Yay! O'Connor!
It's true. Roland has shook me by the shoulders many times, and said, please don't be done teaching me or whatever. And Roland, you're so delightful. Thank you so much, you guys, for inviting me
Annie.
with you. Okay, you guys, my talk today about elevating the play is called Follow the White Rabbit. First off, I don't have any slides. I mean, I do. I have a lot of slides. I spent a lot of time on Keynote making like a demonstration and like lots of different images. And the truth is I can't talk to you and also orchestrate a computer. So it's not going to happen. I spent, 2 hours on nothing. So heads up, there is no additional thing. It's just my body and my face. Isn't that sweet? Mm-hmm. So Follow the White Rabbit, elevating the play. So I was thinking about it, and I thought about it way too much. And if you're like me, which I'm assuming you are because you're in this room listening to an Improv Salon on a Saturday afternoon or a Saturday morning or whatever, I map improv onto everything that I read, that I watch. I love using metaphors from movies or books. And so I recently watched The Matrix, you guys, which I watched when it came out because it's a fucking brilliant movie. And if you haven't seen it, I don't know, you should watch it right now. You should turn this off and go watch that movie because it's a delight. But I was mapping improv onto The Matrix. In The Matrix, if you don't know anything about it, also shame on you, Neo or Mr. Anderson or Keanu Reeves leads a really boring life. But it's okay. He's fine. He's a really good hacker. He's got an okay job. He's sexy. Everything is cool about him. But he's unsatisfied by his life. And so very literally, he follows a white rabbit, which leads him eventually to Morpheus and the very famous scene of offering a blue pill and a red pill. And if you look online, there are lots of debates about what the blue pill means, what the red pill means. And basically, the blue pill in improv, per se, is the like, you will wake up safe, you are fine, everything that you're doing is totally okay. And tomorrow morning, if you take the blue pill, nothing will change about you. You will not be challenged in any way. You're never going to know your full potential because you're never going to try. But the red pill is embracing the unknown. It's expanding. And online, everyone says the red pill is swallowing the uncomfortable truth. So as improvisers, we think, all of us think, safety versus risk. Well, we're improvisers. Of course, I'm going to take the risky pill. I would take the red pill. But to choose risk is to lose control. And most improvisers that I've met don't really want to lose control. We like that sensation of the free fall, of jumping out of the airplane. But a lot of improvisers will pull that chute like immediately to feel some amount of safety. Whereas that's maybe labeling or, completing a heightening technique or playing a go-to character or initiating a scene that they feel very grounded and very comfortable in. Like, oh yeah, I know how to play a roommate scene. I can get into this roommate scene. So I don't think that most improvisers are actually Neo. I think most of us are Mr. Anderson because we don't want to swallow that uncomfortable truth about ourselves. So the red pill is the pursuit of journey. And the blue pill is actually the pursuit of outcome. And we learn a lot about improv. We take classes. We come to talks like this. We learn different philosophies. But that's about outcome, right? That's about learning different forms and different techniques to make us feel comfortable and safe when we're on stage. We're expanding through other people's knowledge, but that makes us good improvisers. But to be a good improviser means that you're being like a correct improviser. You're doing it correctly. And the truth is that nobody wants to watch correct art. No one wants to watch you do it correctly. And that's kind of like a paradox, right? That if you do it well, then you're actually doing it wrong because you're not inviting risk and danger and that expansion of yourself. So if you're doing it right, why are you not having more fun? And that's what Neo feels in the Matrix. He's doing all these things correctly. So why isn't he having more fun? So true story time. And I always tell this story. So if you've heard it, sorry. When I was in level 3 at IO West in like 2003, I had a great teacher, Jason Pardo, who doesn't teach anymore. So sorry about you. And he, in the end of the year review, he said to me, Annie, you are like a keg party. Everybody wants to play with you on stage. It's so fun. You're so big. You're always doing big bits. And I was like, I know it. I'm awesome. But then he was like, but I have never seen you play a dinner party on stage. You're never soft and real. You're never vulnerable, and you're never yourself. You don't know how to play yourself. And until you can figure out why you are so afraid to play yourself, this is as good as you'll ever get. So I'd also heard this from my agent at the time, or casting directors, because I was auditioning a lot, and they were saying a lot of things like, and you're too big, take it down, take it down. So I went to my car and I fucking cried my eyes out. I realized that, in this moment, this is Jason Pardo offering me a blue pill and a red pill. He is my Morpheus. And I can take the blue pill and I can say, it's a good note and I hear you, but you know what? Just plain real, like, it's just not my thing. Like, I don't know. I just don't like it. Which improvisers love to say to teachers all the time. They love to say this to me, like, well, it's just not my thing. I don't know. Group work, organic openings, I don't know, just not my thing. I just don't like monologues. I'm just not a fast player. I can't take out fast. So, like, just not my thing. Or I can take the red pill and I can swallow this uncomfortable truth about me, which is that I am afraid to play myself on stage. And so I am playing from fear. I am making choices out of fear. And so I swallowed that pill, and I realized something that is very true of lots of improvisers, which is I didn't want to call myself an actor, because to be an actor means you hold yourself to a higher standard than getting up on stage and fucking around with your friends for 25 minutes. And so, and also shame on you, because everybody in this fucking room is an actor, if that's been part of your story. So I swallowed that pill, and that was the first time I really embraced this idea that has since become my whole philosophy about improv and about play, which is that, actors have scripts and artists have paintbrushes and, athletes have, like balls and I don't know, they've got like, equipment. You know what I'm talking about. But improvisers, we just have ourselves. We have ourselves. It is all about manipulating who we are as people, who we are, what we bring to the stage. And that improv is the art of you. It is the art of you. And that's my whole philosophy about improv. And it's way too big to get into in this small talk right here. So I won't go super deep on it. But how do you manipulate you? And I'm always talking about defaults on stage. So just like Neo in his little like cocoon where he's a baby sucking on like a thing, in the Matrix pods, we are born with, and then through our lives, we develop defaults. That's what I call them in my classes, is defaults. And these are our knee-jerk reactions to everything. So for a second, I want everybody to think about their morning right now and what you guys do during the morning. Do you do a same routine? You get up, you check your phone, you take a long, luxurious bath, you brush your teeth, You get ready for work, you eat about the same things every day, and then you drive to work maybe in the same way that you always drive to work because you know you can get there in 10 minutes. And if you don't get there in 10 minutes, you're fucking mad because the expectation is, I will get there in 10 minutes. Now, our defaults on stage are the same fucking thing. If I do something, knee-jerk reaction to something, I am doing my default behavior because I expect a result. And I'm doing it even unconsciously. I'm kind of like a loud, action-oriented person. And so my default is to be loud, is to be gregarious, is to be vulgar, because I like talking about dicks and whatever. And so that's my immediate reaction because I know I can get a reaction and I feel safe in that space. This is me feeling safe in my space. But each one of you has your own set of defaults. And change is hard. And manipulating our defaults is fucking hard. And it's feeling those impulses to do the thing you always do and then deciding to make a different choice. If you always play big, maybe going small. Or if you always play fast, maybe going slow. One thing that I love about manipulating defaults, or one technique that I can at least tell you to look up because I don't have time to talk about it, but I'm really into the 9 viewpoints. And so write that down, Google the 9 viewpoints. They're a great way for an actor to be able to manipulate their own default setting. And the only way to really get through to the next level for yourself, the only way to walk through that door is to start to fuck with those defaults. I'm sorry. I'm like shaking, you guys. This is so dumb that I'm shaking, but I am shaking. Anyways, I'm coming back to it. Here it goes. So Neo doesn't want to believe that he is the one, right? He doesn't want to believe it. And he goes to see the Oracle, and the Oracle even helps him say to himself, I'm not the one. She says, I'm sorry, kid, you're not. Looks like you're waiting for something. And that's part of the imposter syndrome, right? That we all feel like we don't belong up there, or that our teammates are going to recognize that like we really don't know what we're doing, that we shouldn't be here. And Neo feels that same thing. No one can tell you, really. I mean, you're going to have a lot of great instructors today tell you like, how to like, here's all these fun techniques to be able to elevate the play. But actually, how you elevate your own play and how you become more playful is by opening more doors in yourself so that you are able to expand more. There is no the one. There is no perfect player. There is no perfect correct player. There's only your one. Becoming your one is not a process that has an outcome. It is a journey to become a truer version of yourself. It is the art of you, and you have to believe that you can change parts of yourself by fucking with your defaults, because no one is going to do it for you. So my question is, what is your red pill right now? Because you're going to have lots of red pills in your life, and this is something you can do pandemic improv or just at home, is like, what are you afraid of on stage? What is that thing that you avoid, or you grit your teeth through, or that you don't play to a full relaxed potential because you just don't want to? What is your red pill? Morpheus shows Neo the door, right? But he can't make him walk through it. And the good news for you is that I am not your Morpheus. You are your Morpheus, and you are your Neo, because you know what you're actually hiding, and you know what you're actually avoiding way more than anybody else does. And if you want to elevate your play, you have to be honest with yourself, and then you have to fucking get into it with yourself. And what's really going to bake your noodle, you guys, is that you improvise like you live your life. And that these changes not only come from the stage, but from every day. One influences the other. To elevate your play, you must elevate your play off stage every day to become a truer version of yourself. That's it. That's fucking as tight as I could get it, and I don't know how.
Annie O'Connor, everybody. Wow. Annie O'Connor.
Wow.
That was awesome. Fucking rock star. She literally ran off into the void
Oh, God. How long was that? Was that long?
It was perfect.
cares?
It was perfect.
Okay.
That's what matters.
Okay.